So we're at the Baltimore Tow Show, and over on the other side over there is the main part of the show where all the new manufacturer stuff, the brand new trucks, the big rotators, all the new vendors and everything is. But we're gonna start off over on this side in the beauty pageant area. Over here on this side of us and the rest of the building over here is all of the privately owned trucks that are here, basically like a truck show. And these are ones that are in use. Tow companies own them, use them, or they're older show trucks that they have. There's always a lot of cool stuff to see because these have been modified a lot more, customized. They're not the new out of the box from the manufacturer. Like cool stuff like, look at this super cool wrap on this one right here with, look at, they've even done the lettering on the tires. So that's what I'm saying. On this side, you see a lot of cool, more custom stuff. So I want to start out with this to one, show the privately owned trucks. We're gonna get into all the new manufacturer stuff over there. We're gonna go find my truck that's over in the Zacklift booth. See that. We're also gonna tell you why it's so special to me that my truck is here beyond just the fact that it's showing off a new Zacklift. Kind of a very big full circle moment for me. So, let's check out some trucks. I'm a simple man. I see pink tow trucks and I like it. I bet you all these lights switch to amber marker lights. I like all the skeletons they put on it. Look at the painted deck. Very cool. This is four-wheel drive, we just got bigger tires on it. It is four-wheel drive truck. Painted the bottom side of the underreach. That's all airbrushed too, check that out. Some cool stuff. This is a very nice looking 389. It's got a quick swap on the back. This is NRC's detachable tow unit, and I have heard that over in their booth they have a detachable tow unit now with an extendable boom. So we definitely want to go check that out. But this one has a tag axle on the back as part of its detachable. So it has its own third axle so that when you hook up, you go from a tandem axle truck to a tri-axle truck. And obviously there's not all the extra stuff that the Genesis has, meaning this is significantly lighter. So if you're gonna scale heavy loads, one, you have 3 axles, 2, you lose all that weight off the top. And that can scale a hell of a lot more than I can, but it doesn't have like the big boom. But like I said, their new one over there supposedly has a boom as well, so I definitely wanna see that. Their big rotator. I do like this color scheme. Oh, you see what I spot up there? Let's go look. So this is a custom built rotator. Custom built, name of the company, not just that it was custom built. Those right there are Zacklift quickbacks, the releasing hooks that I've had on my Genesis that you've seen. They make those quickbacks for all other brands as well. So this one has Zacklift quickback tieback points on it, so that when they pull out those auxiliary lines, it releases them automatically. This is a Miller detachable. A big difference in the Miller and the Zacklift is the tilt. So in my videos, people see me folding the underreach down like, man, your fold is so slow. And I'm like, it's because it's not a fold, that's a tilt. Very different. This one here has a tiny little cylinder back in here that folds this up and down, and it does it really fast. And then you see this stop plate right here just sits against, I think that right there. That comes up into that, and it just locks in place, and it's locked there. And then they have a big hinge right here, and a cylinder right there that pushes this whole tube forward and back. And that is how they make this tilt up and down, is by swinging it forward and back. Now on my Zacklift, all of the tilt and everything happens right in here. This is rigid. So for weight transfer, you're talking like that tag axle NRC over there. For weight transfer, you want everything as far forward as you can get it, which is the whole idea with the new Zacklift Atlas sliding underreach. But with this one, even when you mount the unit, you have to start out mounting it farther back on the truck so that when you go to tilt down and you collapse that ram and swing the down tube back, you don't swing it into your rear diff. So you have to have this far enough back that at full down tilt, you don't hit your rear diff. And then when you level out, you already swung the load away from the back of the truck just to get to level underreach. And then if you want to tilt up, you swing it out even farther. So that's kind of why Zacklift did the power tilt, where it's one super big tilt ram in here, and they're not just using a fold cylinder then tilting somewhere else. Jared uses the same type of system as Zacklift does, where it all happens down here. And then this is a rigid fixed tube, which means you can mount this whole unit as far forward as you can because nothing in this zone moves. This one's got the boom. They put it on the wrong side of the truck, but I guess it works. Check out the paint work on this Kenworth. Check it out. There's a bunch of like shiny metal flake in all this paint. I don't know if you can see on camera, but I can see it in person, and it is beautiful. Out of New York. I like this. And that's paint. Like all airbrushed. Man, that is some beautiful work. And this is all hand pinstriped, because you can see it where it sticks up a little. That's not a wrap, that's all hand striped. And I would guess all hand airbrushed. Man, that's a lot of work. There is a lot of money in this room right now. And these are all the privately owned trucks. These aren't the manufacturer ones. That means a lot of people have worked very hard to get to this point, and that lady's on a unicycle. And one thing you want to do after working very hard to get to a point like this is be able to stay at a point like this. And you can do that with help from the sponsor of today's video, Aura. Now, Aura is a cybersecurity company that protects you and your information online. This one here is a Miller 12-ton, it looks like. It's got stiff legs on it and everything. Now, the best way to keep your information safe online is to get your information offline. And Aura does that with their data broker removal service. Data brokers are out there taking every bit of information they can about you and selling it to anyone who will buy it. Aura goes on to all the data broker sites, submits their opt-out request where legally they have to stop selling your information and remove it from their site. Now, I'm going to try to offset just a little bit right here so I can show you on this side of the screen my actual Aura account and all the data brokers they've removed. But you still get to check out this super cool rotator right here at the same time. That's a big one. I especially like how they store their slings, their cable slings on the bottom side of the boom there. That's a really good way to do it. Now, getting your information off the data broker sites means less spam phone calls, less spam emails, less junk mail in your mailbox, and less chance of scammers getting a hold of your information in the first place. So this is a Jared rotator. They're known for having very long booms. And for example, that boom is not part of this truck. That boom is all the way over here off of this truck. And speaking of going that extra mile, Aura doesn't just stop at their data broker opt-out service. They back that up with credit monitoring and fraud alerts, both of which I have personally experienced and seen used in the past. It really does work. I've had it happen to me. They've sent me the notifications. We've caught stuff in time. We're able to stop bad things from happening. A lot of reach. But let's say worst case happens. A spammer gets a hold of information, a hacker gets into your account, identity theft drains you dry. Luckily, Aura has their identity theft protection, but they also back it up with identity theft insurance. Check out the painted bed on this thing. And the crazy thing is, this is a truck that actually gets used. Like, you look underneath, the slide rails are all used, chains have marks on it. It's like, they use this thing, and it is beautiful. Just like your credit score would be with Aura's identity theft protection, keeping you all safe. Oh, they have credit monitoring as well. But they have up to $1 million of identity theft insurance, up to 5 people on your policy, $1 million each. So that's a huge help if the bad things do happen. Now, you add to that their password manager, their parental controls, their US-based customer support, and all the other services that Aura provides. You can see right here in this whole chart, because there's way too much for me to remember while I'm walking around a tow show like this. And if you go to aura.com/Casey Liddell, scan the QR code, click the link down below. Either way you want to do it, it gets you a 2-week free trial to all of Aura's services. Then after that, it's all in this one bundled low price right here. One login, one account that handles everything and is totally worth it. So whether you're struggling, trying to move up in the world and the last thing you need is a financial setback, or you've moved up to the top of your industry and have a lot to lose, Aura can help you out. Go click the link, check it out, get that 2-week free trial. I use it myself. 100% recommend you do too. Thanks again to Aura. Scan the QR code, click the link down below, or just aura.com/Casey Liddell. You won't be disappointed. Oh, check out the old Ford flatbed. I wonder what year this is. Old aluminum Jerdan bed on it. 1983 Ford. This is our first tow truck that started expedited towing. The scratches and gouges in her deck show her dedication and service, having traveled over 1 million miles and is in continued use still today hauling cars. That's very, very cool. And check this one out. This one has like a full-on service bed on the back. All kinds of tools and gear and storage, but has an underreach and a boom tucked away in the bed. This is an awesome, awesome off-road truck. I don't know how much that one goes off-road because it's very pretty. But that's a super cool setup, like a full-on service bed. So you got your controls in here, light bars, full toolbox, forks and more stuff up here. And then one thing I really like on this, look what they did for a hitch. On most, of course, I'm not next to a truck that has an underreach. On most, they use some sort of hitch adapter thing off of here that it goes to. They took the C-channel mount off of the weld-on C-channel for the tongue of a trailer and welded it to their underreach. And then they just use any standard hitch you can get anywhere and just use quick pins to pop it in and pop it out to go to pinhole hitch, different size balls, and you don't have some big adapter sticking off of here. That's a genius idea that I am 100% going to steal. So here's a Century, which is Miller as well. You can see same thing. They get their tilt by swinging the whole down tube back and forth. So that's a little, that folds up and down. And then this big old block lands on that big block. And then this is a fixed spot when it's all the way down. And then all the tilt happens right there. This is a bigger, heavier unit, so it has 2 cylinders instead of 1. But that means, again, you got to mount this back far enough that when you swing in, the back side of this doesn't hit that. Hey, that's me. Old, look at the suicide doors on this thing. Dodge Brothers. Now we're talking. That's a nice looking truck there. I was checking this one out earlier. The purple and black with the pink name. Very cool. And this is a slider. So like this has the boom right there. And it's not a rotator, but the boom goes out and up and down, does all the boom stuff. But then here, you see those covers? Those fold to the outside, and that whole boom mount is on a sliding track and will slide all the way to the back of the truck so you can reach way out off the back. Just actually, look at, there it is. So that whole boom slides forward and back. So this must be before and now after. There's a rollback with a knuckle boom on it. And they use a, oh, so that's not a hanging system. That's got a powered rotator up there and then a ram that slides it back and forth to balance the car and then rotate. And then you go to all 4 wheels. And these hook the inside of the tire, push on it there, and keep everything out and away. That's a cool setup. Check out the old Diamond Rio. It's an old cable boom. These are, I know the name for that. Is this a Hubbard boom? Maybe, okay, I don't know the name for that. It might be a Hubbard boom setup where those upper cables raise your boom up and down. You can, then you've got 2 winches down here. You've got a big winch in the center. Big stiff legs on the back. Oh, that goes all the way across the whole thing. One giant blade. And it uses a tow bar instead of an underreach. And that boom does extend. I believe, if I am thinking this right, I think they use a cable to extend it out, like snatch lock back and pull it out. But this one might, since it's, are these hydraulic winches? Yes, these winches have been converted to hydraulic. So there might be a hydraulic extend cylinder in there now, but on an old Diamond Rio. Very cool. A couple of big rotators here. Very big rotators. Big stick boom. Big NRC 85-ton rotator. What a freaking monster that is. So see, this one here is a Jerdan. It's like what I was saying. See how this is like a Zacklift, a completely fixed tube? and they use like the Zacklift, a big monster cylinder in here to do the tilting. So this is a powered tilt. So this one, like mine, moves much, much slower than, well, none of them are here, but then like the Centuries and the Millers that have a fold cylinder that flips it down. Actually, the NRC uses a fold cylinder as well. This is a wildly different design here. Okay, we're back over in the manufacturer side, like the new stuff now. How's it going? This is the new Peterbilts, the 589s with that wide windshield. Mine's over there. It's right color. They're doing something over here, looks like, with the M100. So these are a bunch of Centuries, Miller, 75-ton rotator there. That's the M100, 100-ton rotator. Check this rollback bed out. So this one's kind of like a roll-off truck. The bed comes down and then slides back down to make it for very, very low clearance vehicles. And then it pulls the bed back up the rails and lays it down. Looks like more trailers and stuff back there. How's it going? And one really interesting one over here. Check this out. Very different setup. Very, very different. This is a Ram 1500 with a super short little wrecker body on the back. This is more like the European style. It's out of Canada. Very cool setup. What's this thing rated to tow? 5,000 pound lift capacity or tow capacity?
No, lift capacity.
5,000 lift?
Yeah. This is a Metro Underground retriever. So this unit is just intended to go in the underground, pick up your vehicle, take it out, put it at the curbside.
And then another take it away. So this is the equivalent of, like, on the bigger side they have the tunnel trucks.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're just finished talking about it.
Okay. Yeah.
But the nice thing is like I said, we've added a winch to it. So if you already have a service vehicle on the road, this is a really nice addition to your fleet. You can go in, you can pick something out of the underground, you can do a winch call with it, and then carry on to do your.
Well, it's got some tool storage, everything. So like this could be a roadside service truck 100%. That can tow when it needs to get something out of somewhere. Yeah. That's a cool setup.
Yeah. So if you work in a metropolitan city where you have all these undergrounds, this is to fill that gap of the underground problems.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah. So it really works really well.
What was your name?
Webb.
Webb?
Yeah.
Casey. Thank you. You have a good one. Now over here we got a pile of trailers, but there's a trailer over here I really want to look at. Everybody got super mad at me last time I was here and I called those giant whoopee cushions. But are they not? How's it going?
I'm John from Connecticut.
Nice to meet you.
Videos all the time.
Thank you. A lot of people ask me if there's like bigger dollies for bigger trucks, and there definitely is for way bigger. Hey, here's what I need. This is just like my light bar, same brand and everything, but look at the batteries on top over here. My battery's in the bottom right here. So like on the logging reach trailers and stuff like that, I can't set this straight on top of the reach and tie it down because the battery's in the way. That solves that problem. Look who we have here again.
Hey, Casey.
This is Renee, BA Products. I'm gonna work for BA Products here for a minute.
There you go.
So I heard, while I wasn't here, that somebody snuck some stuff into my toolboxes.
Yes. You weren't here yet, and your toolboxes were unlocked, so I went and left you a Christmas gift in there.
Well, thank you. On my rollback, the four-wheel drive one with the crane, a lot of people have asked about those 4 straps I have for lifting vehicles that go down the tires and are all adjustable. Renee's the one you can get them from.
That's it.
Yeah, they were good.
Good.
And they're useful for more than just that. I use them for all kinds of stuff because they're just a very adjustable strap with a chain on one end and the locking hooks. Like,
yes.
Very useful.
The adjustability is the key element to it.
What did you even put in my truck? I didn't even look. I saw straps, but we put them on the other side so that nobody took them.
So it's a set of axle tie down.
Oh, perfect.
So axle tie down. You do a lot of heavy towing.
I need that because mine have a little slice in them.
And
so they're ready to be replaced.
Says, out of service. Yeah. And the other one was a retractable strap, the one where you press the button and it takes up the slack.
Yeah. So
one-handed deployment. Steering wheel, I'm going to cut you off a little bit.
No, I'm going to cut you off.
No, go for it.
Let's arm wrestle for it. So
that's why I like this guy.
So a lot of people on here have asked, because I use those retractable ratchet straps a lot. I don't know what the hell brand they are. I just get them off the shelf, whatever.
Okay.
If you're looking for the brand, because everybody asked for a brand, apparently it's BA Products.
So
you can get your retractable straps.
And we put our name behind it and guarantee them to be what they are.
Perfect. I'll put a link to that down below. But now I cut you off, you forgot what you were going to say.
No, steering wheel tie down. I love them because you know how you need this much strap, and then you're holding the steering wheel.
Yep.
Single-hand deployment.
Mhm.
I don't know if you towed that many motorcycles. Same thing. You need 6 feet of strap, but then.
Oh, on a motorcycle, you could like push it down and press the button and it takes the slack.
Yes.
Ratchet it.
And then what was the other one? Drive shaft. While you're removing it, you know how you can remove it and it's on the ground, then you got to pick it back up. If you're gonna leave it installed to tie it back, well, you just run it from frame rail up underneath frame rail, just a basket to hold it there.
Before you pull the last bolt.
Exactly.
And then the drive shaft doesn't come down on you.
Right. And then safety. I've had it land on my leg. I've had it land on my head. Yes, there's many stories. But you're not gonna drive with it down the road, but that's just to keep you from picking it up.
Yeah,
Off of the ground.
so you can take the bolt out, take the bolts off, put it all down, then grab your drive shaft and put it where you want. Well, thank you. I'll put them to use.
Okay, appreciate it.
Check out Renee if you need straps, tie downs, chains, spreader bars, lifting beams,
That's it.
all that stuff.
New web. Hey, Green Mamba.
I think my bridle I have on the rollback is BA too. It's not cool like a Green Mamba, but it's still BA.
Hey,
We might need to get you a Green Mamba.
Yeah. This is an NRC 40 TB like the one I had, but it's on a bigger truck. So this one's got an extra drop axle up here to the front, and it is on a Trailys bus hauler trailer. This is the way to go for the towing industry, and that guy right there. Are you working on my trailer already?
Not yet. I just sent you drawings.
You did?
I
All
sent
right.
you 2 drawings. Slide axle,
So-
hydraulic tail.
This is Sean with Trailys.
Hi.
And they make like that bus hauler over there. My sliding axle trailer is a Trailys. My red folding neck that I had was a Trailys.
We appreciate your business.
Yeah, they make some really good stuff. And the sliding axles, I think Trailys is the absolute way to go. And then you have the bus trailers as well.
Bus haulers, yep.
Which-
The bus hauler, though, first and foremost, it's a lowboy trailer. Can haul any piece of yellow iron as long as you're not overloading it. But yeah, it's a very versatile trailer. Just happens to have a very low-profile design to facilitate loading and hauling buses and coaches.
But it also has all the equipment just like a triaxle low bed.
Absolutely, yeah. And order your bus hauler with a bucket well at the back of the load deck.
Which this one has,
Yep.
so I can show that.
Yep, it's a bucket well for your excavator buckets to get them down as low as possible. It's got a low boom well in the back so you can get that boom down just as low as possible.
The one thing Sean's helped me with is on my sliding axle, it has the spreading axle feature that the previous owner didn't tell me that he bypassed, but he did, so it doesn't actually work. He got it on, so he sent me all the drawings and schematics on how that's supposed to be set up so that I could get that.
I'm working on
Working.
those. I'm working
Oh,
on
you sent me
those.
the drawing
I
on the
sent
other
the
one.
drawing on the wide track axles for our slide axle so you can get an over width permit.
Yeah, so every heavy haul guy out there who has the problem of sliding axle trailers, their axles aren't wide enough, especially in like California, Oregon that require 8-foot axle width. Sliding axle trailers aren't wide enough.
On a permit.
On a permit overload, to go overweight permits. They require 8-foot wide at the tires, and sliding axles are not, except for you guys do have one model that is.
We have a feature. It happens to be a Canadian regulation as well, RTAC compliant. So we have that feature up there in Canada. Just so happens it works for California and other states for their permits as well.
So
Yes.
if you want a sliding axle trailer that is legal to run under overweight permits, Trailys has one, and it is the only one that I have ever seen without going to like a 9 wide or 10 wide trailer.
I think there's another one out there.
I said that I've ever seen, so I'm
Yeah.
technically correct.
Yes, you are correct.
Okay, I'm gonna go check out this trailer.
Thank you very
Yep.
much, Casey. See ya.
Okay, cutting in here because I don't know what the hell happened between my camera and the microphone I was wearing and the onboard audio of the camera, but it all got just all kinds of fucked up. So somehow this camera recorded the video at normal speed, but recorded the audio at double speed. So I tried detaching the audio from the clip and slowing down the audio by half, and it is not even close to good, like really bad. But the bus trailer is really good, like super cool. So I am going to dub over our conversation over the bus hauler trailer so that you guys don't miss anything. And I promise this is word for word exactly how it went. So yeah, this is our 50-ton bus hauler that is definitely better than anything you have. All right, bro, go over there and I'll show you why you're super dumb for not buying one. Get out of my view, you're blocking my face. So these right here, aluminum ramps. Down there, we got the steel ones. Those are for your normal equipment and loading. These ones up here, low profile, low clearance vehicles. They pin on the front, everything goes up here. So do they store standing up straight? No, dummy. They flip all the way over. Don't you see right here? They're flipped over. Okay, so these steel ones for doing equipment and your normal stuff, and those aluminum ones for longer, low profile. Yeah, bro, that's what I just said. Pay attention.
Now check it out right here, 20,000 pound winch. Load anything you want to load. Right on the other side of that, 5-position adjustable ride height. And check it out, chain boxes for all your tie downs because you know you're actually supposed to do that. And down here, all your hook points. So does this have outriggers that also come out? Yeah, bro, duh, they're right there. So what's this? Some kind of like protective undercoating on the trailer? Yeah, man, that's our rust preventative protection. It is way better than anything else out there. It's in the belly, it's underneath the trailer, it's on the bottom side of the rails, it's on every single cross member in the thing. Everything that's not a shiny painted surface is covered in that rust preventer. So can you adjust the ride height back here as well? What, are you new here? Of course you can. You can set this thing low, you can set it in the middle, you can set it up high, you put this wherever you want. So you make load-bearing wheel covers that go over this also? Yeah. Oh, hydraulic ports on the back of the trailer. Yeah, hydraulic ports on the back of the trailer because we also have a 20,000 pound winch in the back of the trailer for loading it the other way. From that way? Yeah, from that way. Oh, check it out. Yeah, there's a winch right here. Yeah, I just said that. So do you make this trailer where it's extendable in the middle? Bro, not only do we make it extendable, we have built-in ramps on the inside so when it extends, you don't have to put blocks or carry ramps in there or do any other dumb stuff like that. So the ramps are just built into the trailer. You don't have to do anything extra. Dude, you're kind of dense. I think I need to show you a picture. Oh, I get it now. So when the trailer extends in the middle, the gap that would be there is taken up by ramps that are already built in the trailer and automatically come out with it. Okay, all right, you guys win on that one. That's cool. All right, this is super cool. I think I need one. Well, yeah, it's the best. Do you guys do sponsorships? Get out of my face, YouTube boy. You see that big red boom over there? That's my truck. There's a really cool Jared Ann rotator over here I want to show you, and I like it because it screws with everybody's heads and they can't figure it out. And then look at the truck sitting over here. I think this is the best truck in the show. This one wins. Yeah, this one wins.
No doubt.
It wins the beauty pageant. It wins another category we haven't even made up yet.
Right.
It wins.
So vote for the Zacklift truck.
Yes, we got to clarify a couple things. So I read through the comments on the video that posted yesterday.
Yeah.
People are like, can't believe they didn't even put lights in the toolbox for you.
What?
There's lights. In not only this toolbox, the other ones too.
All of them. And
Yeah.
Was there any other questions regarding lights?
Not regarding lights, but you know what? We gotta keep Rusty the painter's head from getting too big here because there were a lot of compliments on Rusty's paint job.
I saw that.
So
I saw
just
that.
to
And
keep Rusty in
I have
check.
to go back to that. I have to go
Yeah.
back to that.
So just to keep Rusty in check, I believe if you squint and look really close, there might be a run in the boom up there. So
Yes.
we just gotta keep Rusty in check.
Yes, I have to go back to that, and I have to listen to him talk to me about all of the great paint jobs that he's done.
He's gonna have a spreadsheet to bring to you to get back of all the positive comments about his paint job.
I know.
Yeah.
He's going to. He's going to print that off and put it on my desk.
So also, if you look at this thing, that sliding underreach setup, this is I didn't realize the view that this was when we were there that day. If you look right here, that whole down tube is on top of my rear axle. That's how much that thing moves forward. This wouldn't even be able to go down where it is without going back first. So that was
It's about 12 inches or so that it moves, roughly. I think it's a little bit longer than that.
And people were asking about the weight difference.
Yeah.
About 2,000 pounds.
It's about 2,000 pounds.
I don't think I put that in the video where we said the weight difference, but it's about 2,000 pounds heavier. So I'll end up 2,000 heavier on the drives to start with, but we have this weight transfer set up here. So I am betting I'm probably like towing a truck and trailer. I'm probably gonna come out to close to the same split.
And with your wheelbase of 276,
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what's left on your front axle when you start doing that.
So the with the Genesis, towing a loaded tractor trailer, 12,000 on the steer, I'm about 8,500 on the steer,
Okay. All right.
on my steer.
What was the weight you were lifting?
About 12,000.
12,000. Okay.
But also this underreach is longer. And it
This
is a
one is.
little longer, it's a lot longer extended, but it is a little longer closed.
But let's say that you were lifting that up and you still had the extended, the XR on there, and you still had the same weight left on your front. There's a gain there. There's a gain basically for your front steers and the reach that you still have on your underreach.
Mhm.
So the fact that it still moves forward and moves that load forward, there's still a gain there. Even though this is longer underreach than you
Yeah.
have currently.
So it's, what do we say, it's 10 inches longer closed and 22 extended?
Yeah, it's about 10, 11, somewhere there.
And then you need to update your sign too, because that is for the standard underreach, the XR. We measured it. We played the measurement game from the center of the forks to the pin, 131 inches.
Yep.
And to the faceplate here was actually free room. You have 140
140, yeah.
of usable
Right.
underreach.
That's all usable. That's not measuring some sort of random dimension that's back here, which I have seen. That's
140 inches of usable underreach.
This is usable space.
Which is huge. That's huge.
Have you seen anything here at the show with the torque tube and all of that in there yet?
No. So, torque tubes right there, and you can see them in there. There's a couple torque tubes that go back through there. And that lower ram mount ties right into those.
Yeah, that drives into both of those torque tubes that are in there. That drives the load into your outriggers. That's the whole goal, is to take that cylinder and drive that load into those outriggers rather than your frame.
Yes, but what it's also doing by coming into that torque tube setup just on that side of them right there. So when you have these outriggers on the ground for a lift, the load is being pushed straight down, but these pull as well. So these outriggers are getting loaded this way.
Right.
So if that ram went right to the top of the outrigger, that'd be great for lifting support. But as soon as you start pulling, the bottom's being pulled this way and the top be pushed that way, it'd try to snap it right off. But this coming in right here, when you start pulling and loading this back, all that pulling force is being created by that boom up there that's way bigger than any other detachable, by the way.
Yes. Have we seen that yet?
I walked by it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So look at this compared to any other detachable. The load the load that's creating that force is being created by that boom. It is coming through that ahead of the outrigger. So this is pushing back down this way, kind of counteracting the twisting force underneath. So it's the load that's creating the stress on the outrigger is also helping relieve the stress on the outrigger at the same time.
So I had talked to somebody who stopped by earlier, and to kind of explain that us being in the detachable side of things is that I'm relying completely on our system here, not the chassis of the truck.
Yes.
So we're trying to drive as much of the load into itself rather than into the truck body. Since we have a detachable system, it got to stand on its own, and that's how we designed all of this.
Fun fact: my truck that you've seen do all this stuff with the Genesis even on it too, it's a single frame truck, and it's taking all that.
Yes.
The problem is though, you keep making the dang record bigger.
I know.
So
you're gonna have to get a bigger truck.
At some point, the
Is
truck.
that foreshadowing?
Well, I think right now the truck is probably the weak link in this whole system.
Right.
You want me to see if I can break this, but I'm kind of afraid it's going to break the truck first.
Yeah, you don't want to try this and try to side load it, because I know that it'll take the truck with it.
Yes, that's another fact about this though. So other manufacturers say that once, like this, the heel comes out of that cradle that supports it side to side. This one's independent, so it's always in there. But the boom has no cradle to support it.
Right.
And other manufacturers say that if you were to side load this boom, you need to take the second line and run it to that side of the truck and tighten it to pull back on the boom and support the boom. Otherwise, you'll hurt the boom hinges and everything up there.
Right.
Do you need to do that with any of the Zacklift, either Genesis or Atlas?
No.
Don't need to support the boom on a side load.
No.
That's the most simple answer ever. There's just no, don't. Your truck will be laying on its side long before you ever hurt that boom hinge.
You will pull everything with it. You'll do more damage to your truck than you will. In fact, you just basically turn the Zacklift back over, put it on another truck. That's what will happen.
Let's hope we don't get to that.
No.
But no, with both the Genesis and the Atlas, you do not need to counter support the boom when you're side loading it. Whether it's the Genesis out of the pocket or the Atlas as an independent, side load the thing. Your truck is going to be the weak link.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Have we shown exactly how that's mounted in the front? The details of that?
Yeah, exactly the same as the other one. Because you didn't change anything there. Because it never broke.
No.
Simple.
Well, and so the way this is designed is that we actually attach into these 4x6, 3/8 rectangular tubes into this chassis mount, plus the 2-inch pins that are here.
But these are not a welded on spike in the front that goes in. Those are the chassis. This goes all the way to the very back.
Yes, it's the same tube all the way forward. So there is no way you're going to take all of this load. See, everything is driven straight into the bracket. into the chassis and it's spread out through there. So there's no way you're gonna. That's why everything is you're pulling the air. Basically, what you're pulling there is what you're pulling up here.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why we put so much energy into holding this system down.
And I've had people ask what happens if someone goes and pulls your kingpin and you don't see it. Nothing. It's pinned right here. It's not going anywhere. In all reality, I know Zacklift would not approve of this or say it's how to use their stuff, but you could run this without these pins and just fifth wheel holding. It's not going to go anywhere because it's captured up and down here, and the fifth wheel is going to hold it in. Or you could run it with these in here and the fifth wheel pulled, and it's not going to go anywhere because the pins are holding it from going off the back of the truck. That's not how you're supposed to run it. But if for some reason someone went and pulled your pin, your fifth wheel, it's not coming out of here.
No, there's redundancy in the whole system. We have 1, 2, kingpin, 3, and then the back mounts holding this thing down to the chassis. There's no way this thing is coming off. 5
points of contact that it's mounted.
Yeah. So there's no way this thing is coming off without taking the truck with it. And if you've seen some of the wrecks that are out there, there are things just hanging off of the kingpin alone that are completely stuck to the chassis.
That's what I'm saying. If you pulled these pins out and just had it locked into the kingpin, it's not going anywhere.
No,
you shouldn't run it like that, but it's not going anywhere.
And that's just. And I guess repeating that whole thing is that our system needs to stand alone and support itself and support its own weight. And that's how it's designed, is to make sure it does that.
Yep. All right, I got a couple things to check out, and then I'll be back. This right here is super cool, and all of what's happening here is super cool. See that U-Haul truck sitting here? I don't know the guy or anything about that, but I saw the post on Facebook a couple days ago. He sells towing supplies and equipment and was driving here in his van. He has like a van, it's kind of like a tool truck, loaded with gear, and drives around and sells towing equipment to shows and shops and stuff like that. And while driving here, he got in a wreck, really bad wreck, totaled his van, thought he wasn't going to make it here, which is the biggest show of the year. So obviously, major thing for him. And through some other tow companies and some friends and people he knows, they pulled together, got his van all off the road and unloaded and reloaded into a U-Haul van. He finished the drive here, got all set up with his U-Haul van in the tow show, and look at this. The booth is just kicking. That is awesome to see. That is a story of resilience, not giving up and making it happen, and it looks like it's working out for him. So, like I said, don't know the guy, just saw the post on Facebook about it. Very, very cool.
High risers for the flatbed. Some other garbage trucks.
Oh, these are these are the 8-bag Kenworth that everybody hates to tow from the rear.
Yeah, and the chain fork at the same time.
I'm gonna need to get a set of those from you. Perfect. Because I hate rear towing 8-bag Kenworth. But that fork is specifically for that.
Yeah, the solution for you.
Yes. You got a solution to a lot of problems. Risers for the 40 TVs and flatbeds.
We have a chain fork for the riser too.
Oh! Because trying to chain sling off of like a 40 TV or something like that, like I had. Yeah, because it doesn't go high enough. So the same riser you use to mount the Iver tool becomes a chain fork riser for sling towing.
Pin is not included.
I want the plastic pin. That'd make a such better YouTube video. That's a great idea. Your truck is probably my favorite setup wrecker I've ever seen. I would say I've seen a lot of wrecker setups. His wrecker that he runs in Sweden. I got that right? Okay, I got it right. His truck that he runs in Sweden. I think that's the most well thought out, best setup wrecker I've ever seen.
I actually have 5 of them.
Well, you know what?
He's building a new one, right? His old one's for sale.
Which one of the 5? Because I don't know which one I like. Okay. No, the one you posted on one of the pages here, I think last year, the year before, is red Scania, and it's red, and it's a cab over.
Yes,
I'll go, yeah. And you've got some of the constant pressure winches on it.
Oh, that's the CS1.
Okay, that's the one I'm talking about.
Okay, there's a side puller.
Yes, side puller on it. Yeah. And constant pressure winch is something nobody here has ever even.
That's an amazing thing to work with.
Yes.
search the code and they're fast, they're slow.
And that, no one here has done anything like that. But that truck, when you posted the picture of that, I looked all through all those pictures. Like, that's the most well thought out, best set up truck I've seen.
Come over and see them.
I feel like I need to go on a trip to Sweden. Yeah. I need to come pick up a fork there. I'll come get it myself.
And well, Kyle. Get hold of her.
Kyle, thank you.
Thank you.
And here's the M100. Biggest rotator made, 100-ton rotator. Definitely a specialty lifting piece of equipment. Also, it actually has an underreach on it, most don't. You're definitely not doing like general towing and recovery stuff with that. Well, not like solely that. That's like a very specialty machine. So now for the story of why it is so cool and such a full circle moment that my truck is sitting here at the Baltimore Tow Show with the Zacklift on it. So 4 years ago.
Yes, it was.
4 years ago, I was here with Collins releasing their new G7 dolly. And I was walking around filming some stuff, and Zacklift released the Genesis at that same show here in Baltimore 4 years ago. And I remember walking over, they had that green one.
Yep.
And I walked over like, damn, like Zacklift stepped it up. They just moved into the modern world and completely caught up with everybody else. And then a few minutes later, I was accosted by Keandre here. And we've stayed in touch ever since. So now here we are. Like I said, that was kind of my, like I've known of Zacklift for a very long time, but that was kind of my introduction to Zacklift coming into the modern world. Hey, you know where we're really screwing this up? Turn around. So that the Zacklift's in the background when we're saying this.
In the background versus the Jordan, Matthew Motors,
Yeah.
Miller, NRC,
Yep.
everything else is in the background
Yeah.
besides the Zacklift.
That's why my shirt sign never said I was going. But yeah, that was 4 years ago. And that was kind of like my introduction to the new Zacklift and what Zacklift is now. And I thought that was so cool. I was
amazing
drooling
truck.
over that truck. About a year and a half later, Matthew Freeborn, the owner of Zacklift, reached out to me about getting a Genesis, which we did, you saw. And then I ran that Genesis for 2 years while he developed the Atlas. And now here we are 4 years later, standing back here at Keandre
At the tow show again.
with Zacklift unveiling their newest product, and it's on my truck.
4
this
years
time,
later, same thing.
all the way across the country. So that's a really cool full circle moment. You stepped up big time too.
Yes, got a brand new truck 11 years later.
Yep.
Finally chose to stress myself out. Even more than what I already was.
Because you had
Yes.
you had like a Chevy with like a repo lift on the back, a sneaker lift.
I had a dynamic. I have an 06 Chevy LBZ extended cab with a dynamic on the back of
yeah.
it, and then I had a 04 International with a Jordan flatbed, and then I sold that 4-5 months ago to get my brand new truck.
Yeah, I saw you just got your new one.
That's how I got my new truck. I sold it.
Look at that. I got
stressed me out, and I
my
said,
brand
you
new one
gotta
sitting
go.
on the show. You stepped at your first brand new truck.
Almost 5 months ago. I met you 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And almost 4 months ago, almost a little over 4 months ago, I bought my brand new truck home.
How long you been in business?
Since December 24th, 2014.
Same. Well, I was at like August, so you're just a few months ahead of me. But so what?
December,
Yeah.
11 years. This year.
Okay, no. So I'm earlier than that. So I'm going on 14 years.
Yeah, I've been in business for 4 years.
Okay,
Since
yeah.
December 24th, 2014 was the day I registered my company with the state of Maryland, and I had just came back from New York buying my first tow truck.
So 11 years later, you got your first brand new tow truck.
Yeah.
I've got my truck here in the show. Dude, I'm proud of us.
Proud of us and the good things that life has had to bring
Keep
in
kicking
the towing
ass.
industry. And listen, no,
Do it again.
No bullshit. No bullshit. He the reason why I took the advantages in October to start trying to grow. I was a young kid super excited. Now hear me out. I was super excited.
Because
4 years ago, life was different. Again, in the last 4 months, I've gained about 5 or 6 new gray hairs. So my approach this time is, hey Casey, hey you big bastard. So now this time I had to be a little more calmer because life is taking its obstacles. So anything more than that, it take away from me.
no.
So
It's been really cool. He's been moving up big time.
yes,
Company's
yes.
doing good. Looks like you're doing good.
Yes. And once again, no bullshit. Every day, a Casey Liddell video gets played, and every day, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you what really was like a turning stone for me in trying to get a new truck. When you post your Ram for sale a couple years ago, and I messaged you about it, and you wanted $55,000 for it, and I said, shit, I don't got $55,000 right now. How am I
So
gonna
you
buy
went and
that
spent
truck?
150?
So I went and spent. My biggest dream was, which is the reason why I tried to buy his Ram. Ram is one of my favorite trucks. My dream since I was a kid, since I first started my company as a kid in 2014 was I want a 4-door Ram 5500 with a Jordan NPL 40.
And what do you have today?
A 4-door Ram 5500 with a Jordan NPL 40. And then here go the second niche. My dad died 2 years ago.
Oh,
He had a 4-door Ram, was a 2500, 3500 crew cab pickup. My blue is a tad, I have what's called Patriot blue. He had like a bluish grayish, but it was blue. And
That's
it
why
was,
your truck's blue?
so when I saw that truck, the dealership had that blue one, a red one, and a gray one. I chose the gray one first. I called my sales guy back in like 30 seconds and was like, that blue, can you send me a picture of it? And when he sent the picture, I said, I want that truck. Sent my
awesome.
$2,000 in, and 5 days later, I caught a bus. Because a buddy of mine did some foul things to me. I caught a bus down Virginia. And I left at 2 o'clock in the morning and didn't get there until 9 o'clock in the morning. A 4-hour ride, 7 hours on the bus when I got my truck. And ever since then, I've had I got my truck on a little over July 31st. Today is the 22nd, the last day of the Baltimore Tow Show. I got my truck July 31st. Since July 31st, I probably have slept 5 days.
Yep, that's how it goes.
I ain't lying, I probably have slept. It's the excitement of having a new truck.
Mm-hmm.
Every time, literally, every time I wash, I just took a shit ton of pictures today. Every time I wash my new truck.
You were posting Instagram stories yesterday washing your truck.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I washed it yesterday, and then I came here today. Before I came here today, it rained last night.
Yep.
So I said, I'm not, because I said, if you come outside and see it, I'm not going to have it dirty. So I made sure.
It's here?
It's here, it's outside.
Let's see it.
I
Come on.
cleaned it.
Let's go.
I cleaned it to make sure when you came here, it was ready.
This is the new, have you seen the new Jordan rotator that's pissing everybody off because they can't figure out how it works?
Oh, my man right here, Jesse got one. BB&T, yeah, he got one. He took delivery here yesterday.
But you see the one with no rear outriggers on it?
Oh,
Come
shit,
check this
no.
out. Come check this out. So, I love this truck because it's messing with everyone's heads and they can't figure out how a rotator that doesn't have spreading rear outriggers doesn't tip over. So, it's all about radius. So, from the center of that turret to the end of the outriggers is your support radius.
Yeah.
So, everyone sees that, oh, when you turn, like it is right now, the truck's gonna tip over because there's no spreading outriggers on the rear. But if you come look at it from this side, you saw how far it was from that to here. Look at it from this side and now how far it is from the center of the turret to that outrigger. It's farther.
Yeah.
It is more stable in the position that everybody thinks it's gonna tip over than it is straight out over the outrigger where everyone thinks it's stable. And it's screwing with everybody's
so
heads.
at first I was confused, but now I get it. I get it now, yes.
It's all about the distance from that point to the support. And that is a much longer distance than this one right here.
Yeah. That's about what? What, let me see
That's
from
probably
here? 15, 20 feet?
at least, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is much shorter. So it's
About
actually more stable off the corner.
Let's say between 7 and 10 feet right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more stable off the corner where everybody thinks it's gonna tip.
Yeah. I like this though.
This is a nice
I
track.
like Jordan stuff over Miller any day.
I didn't say it. I didn't disagree with it, but I
Hold
didn't
on.
say it.
And then, right here, my man, this is the Jordan guy right here. This is the Jordan guy from Maryland Carrier Record Sales.
You got dollies on your truck?
Yes.
What
I got
kind?
in the ditch. Now,
Oh, you son of a...
No. I was going to send you a message. The new Collins dollies, I was going to ask you questions about those because I seen them,
Well,
and
hey.
I was going to bite the bullet.
I happen to know some Collins guys. Let's go ask our questions. There's the guy who designed them right there.
Hey, Mr. Designer.
So, being in the more city tone and all that stuff, these are the ones you want right here. Pick that up. Pick that up.
480s. Yeah, that's right on the end of the ditch.
Yeah. Now another thing, look at that crossbar. Look how wide that crossbar goes.
So hold on.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So think of you don't do a lot of like trailers and stuff here that like with blown wheel
but
bearings
I
and
just
stuff like
literally,
that.
I just had a call last night. Somebody had a 2018 Ford F-150. It was on 95, and I had to cancel it because they called in as the F-150 had a flat at first. When I talked to the customer, his trailer is the one that had the flat.
That goes wide enough to dolly a trailer.
And see, I'm looking at it, right? So, if you look at the dollies, it starts in the center.
Yep.
It goes out.
Not only one side extends.
And the ditch starts off on
and only one side
one
goes up.
side. And one of the, really the only main reason why I'm a fan of in the ditch is because when you're working and you're in a rush, the one single cam lock system seems convenient. But I have, prime example, Collins has multiple safety mechanisms to keep the dollies from backing off.
If you're in a hurry, you don't have to use them.
Okay, now,
So,
that's true.
look right here. Chris stole my bar. That's mine, by the way. Give me my bar back. So hold this. So yes, you have safety mechanisms and all that, right? I'm gonna hit Chris here. So don't use any of them. No safety ratchets. It still worked.
See, I never would have thought about it that way.
You don't-
No, I never would have thought about it. It automatically locks when you bring it over. I never would have
All
thought
the
it.
safety things on the Collins that everybody says that makes it take too long and too many things, they're extra.
It's actually, but it saves you in the long run. Because prime example, my brother, we were out the other day, towing, right? We had a Challenger. It was in an accident. Took it to my lot and everything. When I got to my lot, I say, bro, on the driver's side, the front axle was dropped to the ground. And I'm like, you didn't, I said, I remember, the tips of the cam locks go to each other. I said, brand new dollars, it says it on there, right? Here go the thing. The one cam lock that he forgot to do could have caused my dollies and all the axles to come flying underneath the car. I had that car probably going 5 to 10 feet in the air, right? When I seen that, I'm like, holy shit. That is, in my mind, I'm like, bro, I can't do that. That's crazy because if I'm rushing, if my driver's rushing, that shit can turn into a catastrophe really fast.
And the thing is, with the in the ditch, it is entirely possible.
I got you. Let me come teach you. You didn't want to call. Let me come teach you.
He been telling me, he been talking to me for years, but that, like, I've been loving in the ditch for so long because it's just so simple. One more cam lock.
But the problem is, in the ditch, it is entirely possible to raise the dolly and not lock the cam. And
All right, so
when
how
you
about
drive
this?
off, it falls down.
These are the ones that I want, right? So
These are the super heavy levels. They're heavier, but you're a bigger dude, so you
no,
can handle
but
a
I
heavier
want these though.
dolly.
Yeah, because I do a lot of shit in the wintertime, the snow, off-road, all of that, so I want these ones. Yeah.
I just,
Because these right here meant for like more off-road. Yeah, yeah.
Never gonna boil out and all that, right?
Yeah.
so,
How much are they?
These, I think, these are like 3,500, right?
so like,
3,200.
that's what everybody says, and in the ditch, they're like, oh, people say like in the ditch is so simple, it's just one cam lock, and you don't have to do all this extra stuff and the safety ratchets and all things that Collins has and everything that's extra safety. Well, if you're in a hurry and you don't want to do that stuff because it's too much, just don't do that stuff. And it still works just the same.
Yeah, it's still locked. And then when you go to bring it back over, you have to pull the lever to unlock it. And look, you see that? The lever is up, and the dolly comes around. So that's crazy. I got a set of Collins dollies, and I don't use them. I literally took them off my truck because I was stressed out about having to keep on locking them,
You
unlocking
hear this
them.
hater over here?
And literally just last week, I had an instance where if I would have had Collins dollies, what I went through wouldn't have happened.
Yeah,
at
because
all.
like, okay, so you can use them without all the safety locks.
Yeah.
Just like the in the ditch ones, if you just want quick and simple. But okay, now you got another car right here. Flip your safety lock. You get the thing off the ground without swinging the bar all the way over.
I saw a video after the last show you wouldn't came down here with Collins. I saw a video about a guy in the parking garage where he just took it and hit it one notch and then raised it up far away so he can pull it out and then take it all the way around. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, bro, that's crazy. But again, and the ditch is just seems so simple that you feel like, oh, it's safe. But realistically, in the towing world,
in all reality,
this is not safe, right?
This is simpler because in the ditch you have to flip the cam lock. This one, that trip panel's automatic all the time.
Fast is not safe, right?
And
so
then
in the instance that when you're
safety,
moving fast, this is the protection, right? So you're moving fast, you turn over one time, you can roll down the highway going 55 miles an hour with this shit right here without locking it.
No. You cannot go 55 with the Collins. That's false, that's wrong. That's a myth people have been saying. That's not true, right? Because
they're rated for faster.
Tell them the speed.
The only one's rated for faster.
They're speed rated for 75 though. But yeah, so
it's hard to get the tires. That's what I'm doing.
yeah. So if you want simple, run them as simple. If you want the extra features and safety, flip your safety locks. All right, we're going outside to look at the real show trucks here, which is his. Check this thing out though. Monster knuckle boom.
What is that just a boom, like a crane?
Monster knuckle boom, yeah. But it can go totally flat and down and work all those knuckles back here.
I was wondering like what that was.
That thing is huge.
Hold on. Jojo, come on, Jojo.
I'm going. This crazy guy standing in the street.
This Baltimore, just walk across the street. It's like New York. Just walk across the street.
Country boy.
Listen, this is like New York.
Yeah.
Just walk across the street.
Check this thing out. You do have it all shined up. Look at you go. Except for that, how are you gonna ruin this beautiful truck with that on there?
Now I'm making more revisions. They are going.
Oh, I like this cover on the box.
Hold on, guess what?
What?
Remember how I told you? I bought my truck July 31st.
Yeah.
Jordan made the revisions to this truck in March. Well, my truck was built in February.
Oh.
So, Jordan, I want to know why did I have to spend $600 for these plastic covers that a paper plate is more and stronger than, and the new ones come with stiff legs, right? So, Jordan, I bought my truck July 31st. These revisions were made in March. If it's already in a plan in the cost, what is it going to cost to set me up? Reimbursement for my covers and stiff legs. I feel like it's only right. I feel like if they made revisions and I only got my truck some months ago,
where you at on this one?
I feel like it should be made right.
Everybody else got them.
Everybody else got them. I feel like I should have them.
We're gonna set you up with some synthetic. Dude, if you buy the Yankum rope, use my discount code, you get 10% off, and it gets you entered to win Yankum's giveaway they're doing right now.
How much is the 100-foot 3/8 cable?
I got no idea.
I'm gonna go look.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go look.
But if you're gonna buy some, buy the Yankum. It's top quality stuff, made in Idaho. And if you use my discount code, you get 10% off.
I know.
And also, I get a 10% kickback from Yankum.
I'm gonna do it.
Hey, who's this poser trying to match you with a Ford?
Hey, Bozo, turn your strobes on. Turn all your strobes on. Yeah, this is a buddy of mine right here. He went and got a truck just like me.
Copycat.
Yeah, that's my daughter. I call her my daughter.
And over here, this is the NRC booth. They brought a pile of rotators. There's a super cool C500 over there. NRC does things very differently in a lot of ways. One of them is, you notice their underreaches. They're like an integrated where the boom raises and lowers and tilts the underreach, but the underreach isn't permanently attached to the boom. So you see right here, see this slide track that goes up and down, and there's rollers in the bottom? The bottom of the underreach sits on rollers in that slide track that goes up. The boom way up there has a hook on the end of it. And when they bring the boom back and around, they hook that bar right there. And then when you boom up, it raises the underlift. And when you boom down, it lowers it down. Boom out, rolls the whole thing and tilts down, and boom in tilts it up. So they use their boom to run the underreach, even though the underreach isn't permanently connected to the boom. And then what they can actually do is they can hook that with the boom, disconnect all the hydraulic lines here and take off that run, you know, your fold and your extension. And they can take that underreach completely off the truck and go set it off to the side and have nothing on the back of the truck. So they do things very differently than anybody else, but they got some cool ideas. This one is, well, all of these are very big. My 40 TV rollback, the international rollback I had, the blue one, that was an NRC rollback bed. This one's set up for a drag winch off the back. And then here is their detachable, the quick swap detachable. And they just came out with an extendable boom as well. So this is the first one they've had with an extending boom and 2 lines. And again, theirs works kind of the same. They have this sliding track here. And these cylinders in the very back lift the boom up and down, and that raises and lowers the underreach. And then in here, this one doesn't detach or anything because it's quick swap stuff. But that cylinder, there must be, I can't see in there, but there's, okay, I wonder if it's slide pads, but it looks like it's rollers. It's like rolling wheels. And when that ram pushes in and out, it will swing the whole down tube, which will tilt the underreach. And they've got an extendable boom with 2 inches on it now too. They have lights on the side of the underreach. That would be really handy. That way when you put it down, you're shining underneath the truck. I have lights mounted low on the back of my truck to kind of do the same thing, but theirs are in that. They got synthetic line on this one. DP winches. I'm gonna say those can't be Warren's because Warren says, no, you can't do that. They use DP winches. By the way, the reason my truck does not have synthetic rope on it from the factory is because they're Warren winches, and Warren has said that their big hydraulic winches aren't rated for synthetic rope, which sounds stupid to me. The argument is, this is the cool truck I was gonna say. That's big. The argument is if the rope is not spooled tight enough on the drum, how's it going?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, again, they say if the rope is not spooled tight enough on the drum, the rope can dive between the layers, and that outward force it creates can blow the ends off the side of the drum. I would think you should just build a better drum, but also if the rope is not tight enough on the drums, okay, cool. It goes between. If the rope isn't tight on the drum, where's the pressure coming if the rope's not tight on the drum? So that's why I put synthetic rope on my Genesis. Never had an issue. I'm going to put it on the Atlas as well. But this is a C500 twin steer. Just monster of a truck. Here we have Custom Built. That's the name of the company, is Custom Built. It's not like it was just custom built. It kind of was, because they do is custom built, so same, I guess. But that's a big boom. Really big boom. Yeah, very cool truck. What size is this one?
75.
So this is 75 ton? Okay, 75 ton boom, that's why it looks so big. And these are all my new friends from Japan. Hey, so can I come over and do some towing in Japan? Yeah?
Yes.
You let me try it out?
Yeah.
Should we go to Japan and do some tow trucking? I think they want to see that.
You want to go to Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, come do some towing?
Yeah.
Awesome. I think we need to make that happen. Okay, it is a long time later. The show is over. Everybody's packing up. We got told we couldn't start any of the trucks yet. You hear all the rotators, you see all the booms going, all of them are fired up and folding all their booms up. The Jaredan guys are waiting, but all these ones are saying screw it and just doing it. We're gonna get packed up, get our boom folded, because we've got a big one to fold down too, and start working our way. Oh man, I don't even know where the door out is. I'm guessing that's one. That'd be nice. This is gonna be kind of a mess getting everything out of here, I think.
Please vacate the hall as quickly as possible, especially with the children. We don't want to start those trucks with any children in the hall.
Yet all the trucks are running. God, they need a new audio guy. Bad. That's been every time they've turned on the PA, it's been that. So Matt, you did it.
Yes. And so this is the fun part of the whole thing, is that now we've been here for what, 3 days?
Well, you've been here closer to 4 and a half, 5 days?
Yeah, we got here on Monday after driving for 5 days.
Today's Saturday, by the way.
Right. We got here on Monday. We set up for the show on Tuesday, and here we are breaking it down on Saturday. And did you show everybody exactly how this thing breaks down and what even?
No, we got this guy pulling up the carpets. We got rotators driving around already. They told us not to start the trucks, and immediately every rotator in here fired up.
Yeah, and as soon as it hit the 5 o'clock mark, everybody's itching to get out of here.
That one's driving off.
Itching. I know.
They still haven't even told us to start the trucks yet. That one's driving off. All of the rotators except this one are put away.
Well, so everybody's been here for 3 days, and everybody cannot stand to be here any longer. Everybody's getting out. That's exactly the truth.
They are going for it, yeah. So
no, it was a good show. I always say it was a good show. We've met a lot of different people here.
No, it was really good. There's a bunch of good response on this. Good feedback.
Oh yeah, we had crowds. I took pictures of the people that were here, and there was a lot of people here.
Good, because I didn't take any pictures. I think in 3 days, I didn't even see half of what was at this show because it was so busy here.
Oh yeah, we were constant. It was a constant flow of people coming through the booth.
And nobody bitched about it though.
What?
Everybody said good things.
About this?
No one looked at it and went like, what were you thinking?
I did not get that, not one time did I have that. There was a lot of input, a lot of ideas, and like I said in the last video, that I actually look at those and take a lot of that stuff in. So it's all good.
Well, let's. This truck fired up just fine. So
yeah. By the way, I turned that switch off, so which you found.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it saved your battery or not, but I hope it
should have been fine either way. I'll get this folded down so we can get your little puny sign off of there. Now that you have a much bigger boom to hang it from.
You know how big that sign is? It's just way up there. That's why it's so small.
Okay, I just kicked the PTO on and I thought, man, what a time for a hydraulic line to blow. Those are the original hydraulic lines off my Genesis, by the way. Those are not new lines. Okay, come to me. Very slowly, because I don't want to idle up the truck because there's people sitting all right over there and everything. But it's moving. Don't duck, you're in it either way. Hey, if you're wanting to buy a Zacklift out here this way, Edinburgh Trucks, I believe the biggest Zacklift dealer. That's also Matt. He can help you out with that if you want to buy a whole truck all set up. So there's like no order to this. It's just everyone is scrambling for the door. I'm not gonna get in any hurry because that's pointless. So there's trucks over there driving around everybody. This guy's trying to squeeze through here. I don't know where he's gonna go. That yellow one's been trying to get out, but he can't make the turn, so he's got to wait for it to clear over here so he can swing around and get in there. So yeah, there's no point getting in a hurry. It's a little bit later, and this guy is still trying to wiggle his way out of here. There's finally enough who got out behind him. He's gonna try to back over there and swing around this way. But this guy is also trying to go at the same time. Luckily, I just gotta drive forward and ride out. Look at that little thing. All electric. 8-hour runtime on all electric. I'm seeing more of the show now than I did during the show. Yeah, bro, you ain't making that turn. Oh, he's gonna have to try to do what he did. So he needs to move out, and he needs to move back into that spot. And there's the coolest truck in the whole show, sitting right over there. Twin steers are so cool. Look at the fuel tank hanging out the bottom. You probably fuel it through that little hatch right there. He got it now. That one is backing into the hole that he was in. And look at all those over there, just totally. And where the hell did this guy come from? I'm cutting him off. Hey, this kind of turns into a circus.
You noticed that?
They are all piled up over there trying to figure it out.
I'm surprised they're actually coming out of there because there's another back door in the back. Yeah,
they're all trying to come.
But they're all coming through the center door.
Everyone's bringing it to this one.
You know why? You know why? Because the land all, or the big rig trailers are back over there.
Oh, so they're blocking it all.
They're blocking it all. They are parked right in front of that door back there.
That was a great idea.
That's how we came in last time. Last year was from the back side of this. And we were the first ones in, the last ones out. We had to wait for all the trailers to get out and move out the way.
I like our position to just go out the door.
Now, you know what? So we were one of the first ones in here, and we're so close to the door that you could, other than this booth being in the way, you could have been out of here by now. Well, I don't know. Are you going to be able to move around this hole in here?
I can back up some and then just...
Are you sure you're going to be able to handle that?
I'm going to need 4 spotters.
Okay.
Oh, he's like trying. Yeah, you're right. That's going to be interesting.
That's going to be a fun one.
I thought you'd maybe do that after I moved.
Right.
We might get our first recovery. Okay, that guy moved so he can go that way instead of this way.
A lot better than when we were last year. We were clear in the back. And so we were just...
That's probably what I'll do too, is I'll back right there and then I'll take that path out so I don't have to squeeze, because they're stacking all their crap right on that side where I need to go. Okay, it is my turn. I'm gonna back around this signpost here. Matt's gonna take video. Now we got traffic control holding everybody up. Oh, they're bringing trucks in to go get the trailers that are blocking everybody out there. Oh, what fun. What fun. We got told to go to the right. I'm following the guy with the fancy blue lights. It looks like he knows where he's going. Oh, where he's going is right into the line of the other wreckers who can't get out yet. Oh man. Oh, free at last! Out of the basement and getting up to street level. Oh my God, there's a big line of cars. And he's got bright lights. All right, we are not doing a U-turn. You can kiss my ass on that one. Well, we have made it up onto street level. We're actually on the oncoming side here. Everything's saying we got to do U-turns and go down that road. That ain't gonna happen. So I'm gonna follow these wreckers. We're gonna get through the city of Baltimore somehow and try to get towards any truck stop, because we don't have much fuel. They require you to be like under a quarter tank of fuel to go into the building. So they ran this truck down as much as they could to get here. But I'm assuming everybody's in that situation, so we're all probably gonna go clog up the nearest truck stop. That's the next plan. Oh man, I lost my buddy. It was working so good. I don't know who this dude is, but he was like blocking people for me and I could take off, and then when we needed to change lanes, I'd move over and give him space to get over. Like, we were tag teaming it out of the city. We made it quite a ways. It was working out really good, but he caught the light just right. Yep, just as I thought. All the tow trucks are here getting fuel. Oh, it's that big twin steer. All right, let's get that done. Well, we got our fuel, and as you can see, got our Uber Eats dinner here at this super classy Budget Inn. That is my accommodations for the night. Made it a ways out of town, out of Baltimore, getting this hotel for the night. Figure I'm on this side of the country, driving through a whole bunch of area I haven't seen before. Why not do it in the daytime when I can check it out? So gonna stay here for the night, and then in the morning start the trip back across the country, which we'll be filming some of that too if we find some cool stuff along the way. But overall recap of the show, I have to say I think huge success on a lot of different levels. A big one being you guys. How many fans came out blew me away, as well as humbled me on how many people came out. It was very cool. Made for a very busy time at the booth. If I didn't get as much time as I wanted to talk to every individual person, there was a lot going on. It was a really good time. I thank you all for taking the time out of your day and putting the effort to come out. Like I said, very humbling, very much appreciate it, and you guys are the reason that truck was there in the first place. The viewership and the support of this channel is what made Matt reach out to me. I think we're now about 2.5 years ago, to start talking about putting together a deal on the Genesis, which we ended up doing. Ran that thing for 2 years, and that turned into a great relationship between myself and Zacklift that now has led to the Atlas, and my truck bringing that to unveil at the Baltimore Tow Show. And as I told you guys, that was a huge full circle moment that was very cool to me. So you guys are what led to this happening, and I cannot thank you enough for that. So again, very much appreciated. But overall, the show, a lot of really cool equipment, a lot of really cool trucks, a lot of good support and positive feedback on that Atlas. A lot of people really liked it. It's a beautiful piece of equipment. Got to meet a lot of really cool people. Some I had known from like the internet and the towing industry, but never met in person, like Ivor, the maker of the Ivor tool that I use and absolutely love. Very cool guy, very smart guy. If you heavy tow and don't have an Ivor tool, you are 100% missing out. You need to check into that seriously. And our Japanese friends, they are dealers for Zacklift over in Japan. And the night before, or our first night here, we went out to dinner with them. Great guys all the way around. They actually invited us all, both myself as well as the Zacklift team, out to Japan. They said they've got next year a big show coming up, that it's a Japanese truck show, kind of like the towing show, but all different types of trucks. I don't know if I can pull that off, especially what time of year it is and everything, but that would be incredibly cool to go over there with them, see their world of trucks, towing, all different types. They use a lot of very different stuff than we do, that I think super cool. That'd be awesome to do if I could pull that off. That would be huge. I would really like to make that happen, but I don't know quite if I can yet. But great guys, and again, the kind of connection I never would have been able to make without you guys watching these videos. So again, thank you for that. Got to see a lot of cool stuff, a lot of other industry people I got to meet. I can't list everyone here, there's no way, but I do have to, above all, say a huge thank you to Matt and Connie, the owners of Zacklift. A little hiccup happened, we'll say, that I can't really get into on YouTube. Last minute, right before coming out here, I was supposed to drive that truck out here and be here for the show, but we had we'll call it a hiccup, that meant I did not think I was going to be able to come to the show at all. And Matt and Connie jumped in that truck themselves and drove it all the way out here across the country themselves to still get it here. And at the very last minute, we'll just say a lot happened where I was able to book a flight and get out here and be here for it. So I'm so glad all that worked out. But huge thank you to Matt and Connie. They did so much more on the back end to make this still happen, and I cannot thank them enough for that. So overall, just thanks to everybody involved in this. It was a very cool experience. Amazing to see my truck in that booth displaying that new Atlas, and very cool. Thank you all. I am going to get some sleep, so then in the morning start the road trip back across the country so we can put that thing to work.